And now,
this is Jeremy Housewright of your Gate City Blue Devil football team, and you are listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Michael Calhoun, speaking on behalf of the Gate City football and track team. We would like to thank you for listening to Gate City Sports Radio, home of the Blue Devils.
This is Luke Reed of the Gate City football, basketball, and soccer teams, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Go Big Blue.
This is Suzanne Moore of the Gate City Cross Country and Track teams, and you are listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Let's go, Blue.
We are the Gate City Cheerleaders, and you're listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday night. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. I'm Joe Carter along with Chris Carr, and we're broadcasting to you live from the Campus Drive-In here on Kane Street for our Blue Devils live weekly radio show. Tonight, we're going to have a breakdown of the thrilling matchup with Abington last Friday night. We'll look ahead as Gate City prepares for a visit from their rivals from across the border, the Sullivan South Rebels. We'll also take a quick look back on Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee action. We're going to have some great interviews tonight. We're going to talk about some other Blue Devil fall sports going on. And we're going to, again, go through our new segment, Tweet It or Delete It. And, folks, it's a little bit dicey this week. So, anyway, we'll be back in about 2 minutes. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
2 out of every 3 people will need an assisted living community at some point in their life. We here at Elmcroft of Johnson City want to help to guide you through the process and decisions and believe in you as a person, not as a number. If you do have questions and want to be treated with the value you deserve, we invite you to call or come to our location for a free, no-obligation tour and meal. To schedule a tour, call us today at 423-282-0280. That's 423-282-0280. We are located at 406 East Mountain View Road in Johnson City. You can check us out on the web at elmcroft.com. Elmcroft of Johnson City is an Eclipse senior living community.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we are back here live from the Campus Drive-In on Kane Street, Gate City. Just about 100 yards away from Gate City High School again tonight. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to talk about a lot of things here, but we want to first bring in the man, the myth, the legend. He is Chris the Hammer Carr. How are you tonight, fine sir?
If I was any better, there'd have to be 2 of me.
Well, okay. They're working on that these days, the cloning and everything like that. So
I don't think the world's ready for 2.
Well, no comment. So, first guest, brought him in here. You've known you've read his articles, you've seen his pictures.
I think they've heard him in the background during basketball also.
And you've seen him on our picking panel, which is probably the most illustrious thing he's done in his career. I'm not for sure yet, but we'll have to ask him here in just a second. But anyway, writes from the Kingsport Times News, Johnson City Press, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, the New York Times, and everything in between. Want to bring in Mr. Tanner Cook. How are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Doing well. Thanks for spending just a little bit of time with us here at the Campus Drive-In. You had your first campus meal. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good bacon cheeseburger, good fries. Can't complain too much. I'm already full.
Good deal. All righty. So, like we mentioned right before the break, new segment this year, hitting sort of all of the different sports and topics. And, of course, we always want to implement, like, social media. Tweet it or delete it. You know, a lot of times they say you write things out and don't send it, you delete it first. Mm-hmm. Or you go ahead and you send it out as if it was fact. 5 topics here. We're going to start off with, again, tweet it or delete it. We'll start with Mr. Carr on the first one here. First one statement that he would tweet or delete. Carly Lloyd, U.S. Soccer national team star. should be given the chance to kick for an NFL team. Would you tweet that or delete that, Chris?
Joe, I would tweet it.
And why?
Well, she should be given a chance, meaning she should be able to go to the rookie combines, open tryouts. It would be great for the NFL to have a female player if she has the abilities. I don't think that one should be there just because she's a woman. If she can earn the spot, more power to her.
Tanner, what's your thoughts on that?
I definitely think you should tweet that. That's a good opinion. I mean, I think that she could up the kicking competition for some teams, especially like Chicago Bears or someone else who is that?
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Let's see, Washington Redskins.
Ouch.
That lost the lead. Spotted 20 points.
The Eagles spotted him 20 and said, "Okay, let's play." And we got kind of ugly.
I could go off.
But
all
she
day
could
on that.
she could definitely compete for a starting position for kicking. I mean, guys, she kicked a 55-yard field goal in practice, and those practice field goals are much more narrow than the regular ones, and she split it right down the middle. I was pretty impressed. Even though there's no pads on, she's not getting rushed by the defensive line or anything. She nailed that field goal.
She did. Again, like I said, Carly Lloyd. So, and I will join in as well. I would tweet that as well. All right, Mr. Cook, we'll start with the second one. I believe Antonio Brown deserves as many chances in the NFL as teams are willing to give him. Would you tweet that or would you delete that?
I delete that even before I tweeted it. I mean, listen, the guy, there's lights on and the gate's down, but the train isn't coming, guys. He ain't too bright, I don't think. He practically put on a show just to get out of Oakland, and now he's with New England. Now he's got all these allegations against him, and it's just a big mess. I mean, he's dug himself in the hole. Come on. Yeah, you can't keep giving him chances. I don't think he should give him another chance.
Chris, would you tweet that or would you delete that?
Well, I have a prepared statement.
A prepared.
Call off the torchbearers until I finish. That's all I ask.
Okay. All
Tweet
right.
it.
Tweet it.
Personally, I don't think he should ever play another down. I also think that his playing after using racial slurs has heightened a hypocritical double standard in the NFL. But if an NFL donor's dumb enough, yes, I use the word dumb, to give him yet another chance, that's on them. If teams are willing to overlook that, then I don't think they have any grounds to ever again make any statements against racism, which is a horrible thing. Don't misunderstand me. He wouldn't play on my team, and I think the NFL should ban him. But if the commissioner doesn't have the guts to do it, and is willing to turn a blind eye, and a team is willing to put up with that kind of garbage, it's free country.
I will join in with Mr. Cook on this one. I would delete that. I wouldn't give him a chance. I think that.
Well, I wouldn't give him a chance either,
No,
but apparently
no.
some people are.
Right. Even an ownership, standpoint, I know you still got to fill the stands. You still got to make money. I wouldn't give him a chance. As you said, he's burned so many bridges, and again with the allegations and things that's happened. So, third, tweeted or deleted here. Again, folks, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports here. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Chris, tweeted or deleted the third thing tonight. Doesn't matter if they prove a player uses PEDs or not. The Hall of Fame should only be based on a player's performance.
Delete it.
Delete it. Wow.
Hall of Fames are supposed to highlight outstanding accomplishments and what I consider to be feats of almost superhuman ability. Performance-enhancing drugs, to me, is almost like genetically modifying someone, or you're creating another Steve Austin. That's the $6 Million Man, Tanner, before your time. If a player has to juice in order to be special, are they really special, or is it the person that developed the drugs? So I say delete it.
Mr. Cook?
I say delete it too. I mean, I think we're probably in the steroid era here with baseball. I mean, listen, I loved watching Barry Bonds when I was young. I loved watching him hit, but his performance was enhanced due to the drugs and the steroids that he took. Now, the performances were awesome. 609 on-base percentage is never, ever, ever going to be matched. Never. It's almost impossible. But it was during an era in which everyone was juicing, and I don't think that he should be rewarded with the Hall of Fame, or anyone for that matter should be rewarded by just basically cheating the system.
All right, so fourth topic. We'll go back to you, Mr. Cook, start off with. I believe college athletes and coaches should honor their 4-year commitments and contracts no matter what. No transfer portal. The coach signs a contract, he stays with the school. Your thoughts? Would you tweet that or would you delete that?
That's a little hard for me to say because, there was at one time where I did want to transfer when I was a collegiate athlete because, my coach left. But I did fulfill my commitment. I feel like you owe it to the university that, you sign that letter of intent. It almost is like a contract. And the coaches, if you sign that contract, you should be obligated to stay there for that amount of time. You're going to earn your money. I mean, you might have a year or so that's really bad. But you know what? Just fulfill the contract. So what? I say tweet that.
Tweet it. Chris, you say too?
I agree. There are, and this is from, you can tell the teacher in me coming out. There are many, many people that would love the opportunity to go to college, to earn a degree, and can't due to financial reasons. College basketball and football are basically right now turning into farm clubs for the professional teams. Tying up a scholarship effectively keeps someone out of college who could potentially change the world. Mm-hmm. There could be someone who discovers a cure for cancer that can't go to college. But I also see the point in leaving early. Weighing the chances for a career-ending injury your senior year or going out and earning millions of dollars now, that seems like a no-brainer. I wish there was an agreement between the NCAA and the professional teams to not draft anyone on a scholarship until they play their 4 years. Or, if a player leaves early, maybe set up some kind of a scholarship fund where he would pay the tuition for someone that ordinarily wouldn't be able to attend.
Wow. And
that's pretty deep, isn't it?
Very deep. I'm looking at your notes.
That's real good. I like that. I really like that.
So Chris will be running for office coming out here next year. So presidential campaign coming up.
Huge.
He's going to announce here on the air. All right, here's the one, Mr. Cook. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
University of Tennessee football team is no closer to a SEC championship than they were with Butch Jones, Derek Dooley, or Lane Kiffin. Would you tweet that or would you delete that?
I have to say you got to tweet that because, Chris over there, I grew up a Tennessee fan. I've been to plenty of UT football games through the years. I remember when they lost in 2001 to LSU in the SEC championship game, and they probably should have played Miami in the national championship game.
That was early, though.
Now, I was at the 2008 loss when they lost to Wyoming on homecoming. I was at the Vanderbilt game in 2005 when they lost to Jay Cutler when he was a senior and ended the winning streak.
I can still top that. I was there 2 Saturdays ago.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't there, but how many times have you had to start over from? You fired Philip Fulmer 5 days before that Wyoming loss, and the team was just there was nothing left of that team. And then you bring in Kiffin, stays 1 year, leaves. You bring in Dooley. How many years does he stay? 3, 4, leaves. We fire him. Butch Jones stays, 4 years? Fire him. You've started from square one how many times? The last SEC championship appearance we have is 2007. That was kind of a fluke. Eric Ainge was the senior quarterback. We had to rely on, Florida losing, 3 of the last 4 games or something like that. Georgia wasn't all that good that year. We had to have a lot of luck to get to the SEC championship game. I just cannot see the University of Tennessee getting anywhere close to contention in the SEC East in the next 4 or 5 years. I just don't see it.
Chris, your thoughts?
I agree. Tweet it. I think the names you mentioned in your statement, Butch Jones, Derek Dooley, Lane Kiffin, that's why Tennessee's in that situation. It started with